That was an upper there. That was just like, you know. I learned something from Danye's set. I learned that if you're ever about to like give a fucked up joke and like you don't want to say it mid-joke, just say, give it up for the veterans. So it's like, all right, I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to be doing this fist fucking joke. Oh no, give it up to the veterans, all right. I'm going to do a joke about baby rape. Oh no, give it up to the veterans, all right. All right, I learned something tonight. So our next comedian, he's performed all around town. Let's give it up for Frank Aviza.
Well, it's funny, I'm also 31 years old, but I didn't want to show you guys up by jumping up on the stage like you guys did. I took the stairs. So I used to be married, you know, and I remember one night I was really horny and I was talking to my wife and I says, come on, new baby, I need you tonight. I'm so hot for you tonight, baby. And she says, no, I have a gynecologist appointment in the morning. And I says, well, maybe, but I'll bet you don't have a dentist appointment. So this broad I was seeing recently has just become an internet porn star. Cha-ching! When she finds out, she is gonna kill me. Oh shit. So what's the difference between a woman and a washing machine? Washing machine doesn't call you every 5 minutes after you dump a couple of loads in it. So people ask me what kind of comedy I do. I say, well, I do this kind of like pathetic fat old bitch kind of thing. I'm actually aiming for like Andrew Dice Clay back 30 years ago when he was funny, but it usually comes out as the fat old bitch. So I'll never forget this time I was in kindergarten and the teacher said, who can use the word confident in a sentence? So I shoot my hand up and I say, do farts have lumps? He says, do farts have lumps? No, farts don't have lumps. I said, oh, in that case, I'm confident that I just shit my pants. So a guy trained an octopus, you know, to play every musical instrument. And he took the octopus on the road and it's playing guitar and saxophone. It's wowing the audiences. So one night a guy brings up a bagpipe. And the octopus says, no, I am not playing the bagpipe. So they say, why not? Why don't you play the bagpipe? And he says, well, I might fuck it, but I'm not licking its cock. So I used to be into S&M and bestiality and necrophilia. You know, I get around. But it turns out I finally realized I was just beating a dead horse. So the zookeepers were having a really big problem. You know, they had this female gorilla in heat that they couldn't find a mate for. So I happen to know the head zookeeper, and he calls me up and he says, look, Frank, I know you'll do anything once. So let's face it, will you fuck the gorilla for $500? So I says, well, you know, you're a friend of mine. I said, all right, tell you what, I'll come down next week and I'll fuck the gorilla. He says, next week? Why next week? Why don't you just come down now and do it? I said, no, I would, but I need a week to raise the 500. So, you know, I'm just so full of love, people, so full of love. I came to share my joy with you tonight, and hopefully I'll come up with a decent joke, and that'll happen. So the guy won $10 million in a slot machine, you know, and he goes home and he says to his wife, baby, I just won $10 million. Pack your bags. And she says, well, should I pack for cold weather or warm weather? And he says, I don't care, baby, as long as you're out by noon. So why did God create the yeast infection, people? Why did God create the yeast infection? Because he wanted women to know what it's like to live with an irritating twat. I love you people. I'm going to take these people, all these people home with me tonight. So I went skiing one time with a couple of buddies of mine, you know, and we get to the ski lodge and they only have one room left and it only has one bed in it. So we say, all right, the hell with it. We'll take the room and we all sleep in the same bed. And we made it through to the morning and we did all right. But I get up in the morning and the guy on the left of me says, wow, I had this really vivid dream that I was getting a hand job. And then the guy on the other side of me says, wow, I also dreamt that I got a hand job. So you look at me and say, what about you? And I says, not me, boys. I dreamt I was skiing. Thanks a lot. It's great to play for a bunch of rocks. Thank you.
Give it up for Frank Aviza. Our next comedian is Ryan Hess. Come on up, Ryan. It's Ryan's first time here from Denver, right? All right, let's give it up for Ryan Hess.